What's up, everybody? Thursday edition of Hump Day Brews. It's your boy, Affiliated Poppy, aka New Era Capo. And we on a new edition, man. Hey, Poppy, you know what I'm saying? In the morning, this is what we doing now. Hump Day Brews. So hope you got yourself, you know what I'm saying, either something brewed up in a cup, in a mug, you know what I'm saying? Or you got yourself some actual brews, because the way this week was treating me, I definitely almost went with the brew route, the actual brews, a cold twist off top. You know what I'm saying? But we here. Let's get this thing going.
Hey, yo, Pop.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, yo, Poppy. What's poppin', B?
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Poppy. Que pasa, mi bro?
What's going on, everybody? We bike, another week to talk to you guys about some of our favorite sports teams. You know what I'm saying? A lot went on this week, but first things first, let's get to the business. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, now you're going to know. Swoop Boys, we have partnered up with West Coast Swoop Nation, and, we making sure that this partnership does good for all of us. So I want everybody to go ahead and tap in real quick with our boy Robert, you know what I'm saying, from the West Coast, because it's autism challenge. We're trying to help raise some money here.
Eagles fly on the road. Oh, hey there. Hey, did you know that if you click this link right now and donate $25 and tag West Coast Swoop Nation in the notes, that you can win tickets to Eagles versus Rams in LA this year? So what are you waiting for? Let's donate some money and let's go Birds! On the road to victory! E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
That's right. We're trying to raise awareness. We're trying to help out with autism. A couple members of the Swoop Boys actually are affected by this, in their personal family. So this is a cause that's near and dear to all of us. This is a cause that's near and dear to the team that we cheer for, Mr. Lurie. This is something that he personally likes to go ahead and, to raise money for every year. So make sure you go to Robert or go to Eagles Nested on Instagram, and you make sure you go ahead and just tap on the link and making it nice and easy. And the fact that you might even win some free Eagles tickets, I mean, what's better than that? You know what I'm saying? We got my boy Jordan up in here early. Jordan, what's good with you, bro? We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Unc, what's good with you, man? Happy to see you in here, man. Love you and I miss you, man. That's for Unc right there. You already know. Uncle Willie, the original OG up in here. Man, we got a lot to go on, man. We're going to get started right away. We're going to start talking about what these Phils did. Let's talk about the Phillies, man. They went home. And we thought going home was going to be a nice, reset for us. We thought going home was going to be good. We thought we was going to get some vibes being back at the bank. And it helped out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, love you, Unc. Love you, man. I definitely doing our thing over here. You already know. Man, yeah, we the Phils went home and we thought it was going to be good for them. We thought we were going to get the vibes, especially when we had, the banner getting raised from the NLCS last season, and look who's raising it. We got Bryce Harper and Reese, two heroes raising the banner. We got to see the rings. The rings, look at this ring. And man, come on. The details on this are amazing. The names, you got Dancing on My Own, which was the song that we were all dancing and bopping to throughout the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Look at the big chunky diamonds. Got the team numbers, you got the players' names on it. NLCS. And I seen a lot of people talking a little bit of mess about it. They said we're hanging banners and having rings for almost did it. Hey, we still won the NLCS. We were the best team in the NL. What's going on with you, East Coast Gridiron? Appreciate you for stopping by. But hey, look, man, you still do have to celebrate some things, and Philly, Philly shows out. Not only was it the Philadelphia Phillies in the house, but Sirianni, Coach Sirianni, baby, throwing out the first pitch. Yo, the Phils did not disappoint. They did everything under the sun to make sure that we felt it, and the team needed it, rightfully so. We started off the season on the road, and it was a rough road trip. It was not the one that we were hoping to go ahead and start it off with. And, it was that ring's chunky. I like that ring. I'm looking for the replicas right now because we already got the replica of the Super Bowl ring. We need the replica of that NLCS, John. That's crazy. But we started on the road. Vibes weren't that good. The team starts under 500, and I know a lot of us didn't feel like that's how it's supposed to be. We know Harper was going to be out, but I'm telling you, man, Reese going down. Like I said last week, Reese going down like that right before the season start. The vibes were not right. People were feeling that. The team was feeling that. But they did try their best. They tried their best to overcome it. Wheeler was on the bump.
For Will Myers. And he's down looking on.
Yeah, nothing fancy here. Will Myers, that fastball. Well,
we had Trey Turner and Schwarber. Schwarber hitting bombs and Turner sliding in the home. I don't care how long we see it, how many times we see it, but seeing Trey Turner slide like that in a Phillies uniform is never going to get old to me. That's why we brought him here, to steal bases, because he's quick as hell, and the guy can go ahead and turn up. That's what we need. What's going on with you, Mark? Appreciate you stopping by on a Wednesday, or on a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's having a good, midday. This is a little something to get you through towards the end of the week. But not only did we have Trey Turner sliding in the home, we also had Reese. We had JT throwing the big ball.
The runner goes. He really shuffled his feet. The throw on one hop is in time. Jose Barrero. He was spinning his wheels over at first base, and that gave JT
the ball. But right there, what you mentioned with Barrero running, and look, we know how quick JT is. Even with the bounce throw that
see how fast JT is. JT had to remind everybody real quick how fast he was about getting up and making sure he gets that ball over to second or third or wherever they're trying to steal a base at. JT ain't having none of that, especially at CBP. That's our home. The man cave. What up with you? What's happening? JT ain't having none of that at the park. And despite that, the homecoming wasn't all cooked up to be. I mean, we had a big game that was topped off by 20 hits or 15 hits or 20 hits and 15 runs, and we even had this beautiful moment right here by the young Bryson Stott. A beautiful walk-off by the well, he's not a rookie anymore, but that's still daycare Phillies right there. Bryson Stott is a daycare Philly. You know what I'm saying? Bryson Stott, he's been nothing short of electric this season since it all started off. Bryson Stott even made it to the top of the order. I know Topper took him down for a second, but he put him back. And I think that's exactly what the Phils are going to be needing right now. We were wondering where we're going to get offense from with Reese being out, with Harper being out. These guys were big bats for us, especially down the end of the season. So when we saw the lineup and we saw Bryson Stott at the top of it, we said, I like that. I'm going to tell you guys what. Bryson Stott and Trey Turner, I don't care which one it is, but one of them always needs to be hitting off. It needs to be the leadoff hitter. Especially right now, Kyle Schwarber, he's, it's not the Schwarber bombs aren't there yet. Remember, it took him a month or two to get going last season. Nick Castellanos, he's like the double champion. My man is getting you doubles left and right. I think last time I checked, he had 8 or 9 doubles, which was the most doubles in the league, or he was tied for most doubles in the league. And that's a good sign, because if he keeps doing doubles, usually they say after the doubles are coming, we're going to start seeing home runs or bigger hits. So I think Cass is trending in the right direction. It was all we could really ask from the guy, especially after such a slump last year. But, until these two guys get back, until Reese gets back and Harper gets back, it's going to be relying a lot on the daycare Phillies. It's going to be relying on guys like Stott. Now, this right here, this was big. Bryson Stott will lead off tonight. This is what we got when we got the news. At the time, he was batting a .429, tied for the major league lead with 6 multi-hit games, and he was hit in each of those games the first 9 games of the season. ladies and gentlemen, we knew Bryson Stott. We had a lot of high hopes for Bryson Stott coming in last season as a rookie. I think he's already moved past those. He's becoming a star right in front of all of our eyes, and this is exactly what we need from the young boy. I mean, the dude is he's out here doing things that we're not used to seeing from such a young player. And I'm telling you right now, the team needs him. So I know Topper took him down and put him back at the top of the rotation yesterday. I know we took the L yesterday. That had nothing to do with Stott. I mean, if anything, it's the bat. Well, the big bats aren't showing up because Mark, Mark, Mark wants to know about. I'll give you guys the preview right now, Mark. I'm gonna give him the preview. You brought it up. I'm gonna show him. We do got the affiliated, you know what I'm saying, poppy pins coming real soon. They're gonna come with a gold batting, but if you know the logo, you know the swinging fanatic. It's gonna go ahead and it'll have be green, it'll have the pinstripe uniform one. This is gonna be the original one. It'll be coming out. As you guys know, I got a hat. I got my own Phillies Eagles crossover fitted coming with New Era. That's gonna be we're actually finalizing the order. I believe we're going to be doing it at the end of this month. Depending on New Era shipping, it's going to take them a couple months, for it to get out. So right in time for the season, we'll be having the P Star, the green P Stars. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to have a good side patch. You know how I do. If you're an Eagles fan, you're a Phillies fan, you're going to need it. That's going to be the official hat of the season. These pins, we're going to be dropping these pins probably within the next couple weeks. They'll be touching down in a couple weeks. I'll be setting the website up. You guys will be able to go ahead and get on these. These are going to be the original pins. You're going to want to get them because it's going to come with a whole lot of access to some other things that I'm working on right now. So if you have the OG pin, it's going to give you priority when we start doing some other things. So it's coming, Mark. It's coming. I'm glad you brought it up. It's definitely coming, and I hope everybody's on the lookout for that. So, I mean, the Phils right now, what's going on, right? It doesn't look good. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not ringing alarm bells still. I'm still not ringing alarm bells. 4-8's not good, but it could be way worse. Trust me, it could be way worse. You already know how I like my coffee. You already know how I like it. Hey, thank you, Will. Hey, I'm going to be dropping them real soon, my man. And like I said, that's going to be the first one. You already know how I do it with the hats. So, the pins, just like I like the different colorways in the hats, it's going to be different colorways in the pins, but you're going to have the first one. The first one, I'm going to have a couple giveaways to go with it. I'm going to have a couple care packages as well. So make sure you're following me on Instagram, New Era Capo, just like you see on the screen right there. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're tapped in. I will be going ahead and announcing that real soon. So make sure you guys are tapped in for that. Going to definitely be major. We're also going to be dropping a new Swoop Boys tee. New Swoop Boys tee's coming, y'all. Let's get to that. New Swoop Boys merch coming, bro. We got a whole lot going on. Like I said, we're merged up. So we're merged up with West Coast Swoop Nation right now. So we got a whole lot of things in the work. We got tailgates happening. We got games on the West Coast happening. All new merch. Come on, man. It's a whole lot going on. It's a lot going on. New shows. It's a lot. So make sure you guys have that like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're following all the Swoop Boys because you never know who's going to be dropping what little tidbits here and there. It's important. I'm telling you, it's important. And we appreciate everybody who's tapped in, everybody who's been supporting, everybody who's been following us, who has been working with us. Yo, without y'all, there is no us. Without y'all, we're just some guys staring at a computer screen talking about Philadelphia sports, which I'd probably still be doing. But at least this way I don't look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, right now what's going on with the Phils is criminal, right? So it's either the pitching can't get right, and because the starters really aren't able to go ahead and give you long innings. Like what I said last week, this is the issue. Your starters aren't giving you long innings, so they're not able to go ahead and go deep in the game, and you're relying on your bullpen a lot more than you need to be relying on the bullpen. Speaking of a bullpen member, you know what I'm saying? Mark, hey, Mark, I'm going to do something extra special for you, so you already know. You're an A1 day one, so we're going to make sure you straight. So, the bullpen, we got guys like Strom. You know, Strom's out here going ahead. He's supposed to be in the bullpen. He's out here pitching as a starter. But check it out: 10 innings, 5 hits, 0 runs, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts for Matt Strom so far this season. Come on. Matter of fact, you know what? Give that man what he needs: a round of applause. Because Matt Strom is doing some things that we didn't. I wasn't sure about Strom when we signed him. I think it was like $15 million for 2 seasons. He was kind of a journeyman up until the point, but everything we've seen him with him in a Phillies uniform, I like it. I like it a lot. The guy's out here pitching, and he says, "I love to do it. I love throwing the ball." So, I mean, I don't know if this is something that we want to have, force him into a starting role. I don't know if he's able to go ahead and do that on the long term or what. But for right now, he's doing a job, and it's going to be between him and Bailey Falter to go ahead and figure out who's going to be handling that fifth-day starter spot. I mean, they might take turns. You know, one of them might go in the bullpen every bi-weekly until Andrew Painter's back. Another Bart. We don't have Ranger Suarez. Ranger Suarez has been out all season. Ranger Suarez is supposed to be the third hole pitcher. Come on, bro. We need that. Without him, this team looks a lot different. And then Andrew Painter. Andrew Painter, the young prospect that is like the prospect of the MLB, not just the Phillies, the best prospect in all of MLB. He's, taking his time coming back. The Phillies don't want to rush that because this guy is supposed to be our guy. He's supposed to be the future. So when you got a guy like that, when you got a guy with talent like Painter's got, you're going to take your time and make sure you do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to Joel Embiid, first season, broken foot, not able to play for 2 years in a row. We don't want that. We don't want the kid to have to get Tommy John surgery. So, like I always tell everybody, in Topper we trust. In Topper we trust. And I know y'all seen what Topper had on. Topper was rocking those fire Jordans. He had the Cherry 11s. He said Reese Hoskins gave him the Cherry 11s. What Reese Hoskins know about Cherry 11s, bro? I ain't seen another manager in all of MLB, not even Dusty Baker, rocking some fresh J's in the dugout. Come on, give that man a round of applause, man. And Topper we trust. Because Topper didn't seem worried last night, even after we did take another loss to the Marlins. In fact, he thinks the team's doing well. They just need to put it together. Like I said, pitching's an issue. The other issue, like I said, look at this lineup. Schwarber. JT's not really hitting like he's normally hitting. Really, Cass is, like I said, giving you the doubles. But the bottom of this lineup, I mean, come on. Cody Clemens, Garrett Stubbs. I like Garrett Stubbs. He's usually not going to be in. It's usually going to be JT. I mean, right now, the guy's hitting. Stott, Trey. I mean, it sounds crazy, but Nick's getting on base. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 1, we love Boom. Boom's been hitting and elevating the ball. So it's going to be up to the daycare right now, and the daycare is holding us down. So we just need the big bats to put some home runs together. So we got a game later on today, back on the road. We're going to go see the Reds again in the 4-game series. Look, the Reds, they're a bad team. Let's call it what it is. But we haven't been playing great. But if we can go ahead and get right against the Reds, all of a sudden we're 500. The season doesn't look so bad. So let's go ahead and look for that. Other news we got news that, Bryce Harper was hitting, you know what I'm saying? We got news that Bryce Harper was hitting. We saw a video of Bryce Harper hitting, and he was looking like a stud. This dude was in elevation, hitting dingers. Granted, it was the hitting coach, but still, take a So we know it's Tommy John surgery. Tommy John surgery. It used to be for pitchers, it's usually about a year. They're usually done for a whole season. Positional players, they're saying 6 to 9 months. Harper is defying all odds. Once again, coming back from injury very, very quick. The way he's getting elevation on that ball. The hitting, like I said, the hitting doesn't really affect the time where he got the surgery at for the Tommy Johns. However, What's holding him back right now is that they're afraid that he might go ahead and slide, and if he slides, he could re-injure the whole thing, put him back to square one. We do not want that, of course. However, we were told All-Star break is when we were going to be seeing Harper back, but this guy, I think he might be back by May. I think we might be seeing the man back by May. And now we're getting news that he's saying that he wants to go ahead and play first base. What? Look, he's a star. But if what we're hearing is Bryce Harper wants to play first base, he's one of the best players in all of baseball. I think he can do it. He doesn't have much experience there as far as I know. But if anybody can do it, I think Harper can. And my only fear with this is, stick with me, my only fear with this is I just do not want him rushing back so fast that he does re-aggravate or re-injure that elbow, that Tommy John that he got worked on, because he sees that the team is struggling so much right now without the big bats, without the guys like him in the lineup. Trey Turner coming in was supposed to relieve a lot of that. Fortunately, it's just not connecting how we wanted it to. So I'm just worried that Bryce Harper might be doing a little too much to come back a little too fast. But if the doctors clear him, I know the medicals ain't what they used to be. I know if the doctors clear him, they're clearing him. So they're just worried he doesn't slide and hurt himself. So, hey, if he can, bring it on. We ready for you, Harp. We ready for you. Speaking of stars in Philadelphia, we got to talk about the man, the myth, the legend. That's right, JoJo, baby, JoJo. Joel Embiid, back-to-back scoring champ, 33.1 points per game averaged. That ain't nothing, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big man getting the scoring title. The first big man to go ahead and go back-to-back like that since Shaquille O'Neal. What? And y'all don't want to give my man the respect? Y'all don't want to go ahead and give my man Joel the process, Embiid, the respect?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This man is giving blood, sweat, and tears to the Sixers. He's given the NBA some of the best games since he's come in the league. And he's still disrespected by jerk-offs like this. This is what's really got me pissed off this week. I started the show a minute or two late because I was getting this video ready, because I gotta get this off my chest. Stick with me with this, because I want y'all to know JJ Redick is an asshole. JJ Redick is a coward. I'll get to it. Just take a listen.
Here's what I landed on. Number one, my MVP for this season was Giannis. Number 2 was Joel Embiid. Number 3 was Jokic. Number 4 was Tatum. And number 5 was Donovan Mitchell. The Giannis thing is interesting because I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's the MVP this season. And I, the more I thought about it and the more I tried to talk myself out of it, I just couldn't do it. He's the MVP. He's the best player on the best team. Best win percentage of all 3 of these guys. And it's interesting because I thought it was going to be hard for me to vote for him because of games played. And
bro, get out of here. What are you talking about? Let me tell you guys, it's clowns like this that made us start Swoop Boys Network, to make us start talking to other fans like ourselves, to start putting our thoughts out there for everybody to hear. Because when you have clowns like this who come in and give terrible takes like that, it just lessens everything, okay? Now, let me tell you something here. JJ Redick was a teammate of Joel Embiid's in Philadelphia for years. JJ Redick has made more money because he played with Joel Embiid in the second half of his career than he's made at any other point in his career. Joel Embiid is responsible for that, ladies and gentlemen. JJ Redick himself has gone on point saying the best basketball move he ever had was the pick and roll that he developed with Joel Embiid. It was like open shots every time he was on the court with Joel. Because you know what? When you got a big man that they know can score like he can score, back-to-back scoring champ, yeah, they have to guard him a little bit different. So it gave JJ a lot more room to shoot that three ball that he was good. I'll give him that. He was a great three-pointer, but he was a lot better when he had Joel and he had that pick and roll going. JJ Redick, you're a clown. Let's not forget, JJ Redick left the man that he thought was locked in a cage. Yeah, that might have been human trafficking, but we'll get back to that. JJ Redick is a buffoon. He's literally what's wrong with a lot of the takes that go on the media. The guy likes to go ahead and read through Twitter. He reads through social media. He sees what people are saying. Was good, cuzzo. JJ Redick just likes to go ahead and read everything that he sees on social media and regurgitate it back to everybody. So he's the popular, fun guy. And yeah, you're right, cuz he was a defensive liability. He was all liability on the defensive side of the ball when he's in Philly. JJ Redick, he likes everybody to like him, and he's afraid to have actual controversy. Now, whenever what he does is he's done that and it's worked out for him because people like to hear what they're saying. The popular opinion always, it's going to be easy to say that on TV. He got himself in hot water when he was, going back and forth about the whole, controversial take a couple weeks ago. That's the first controversy thing that's happened to him. And the only reason that he had that is because he thought it was going to go a different way for him. You're a clown, JJ. You're a clown. You were telling a black man about what seemed racist. Come on, bro. Get out of here. Now, because you're afraid of controversy, you don't want to go ahead and pick the actual MVP, who you played with, who has made sure that you got money in your pocket that's going to last you and your family for the next few lifetimes. He definitely did, cuz. He definitely did. He stepped in it. And now, because you're such a coward, you can't go ahead and stand up in front of everybody and say, I think Joel Embiid is the MVP of the league. What? Everyone knows Joel's the MVP of the league. He's ahead on the votes by like more than 7 or 8 number one votes. He's way ahead. It's crazy. It's like 17 votes ahead of everybody else. Giannis ain't going to win it. But you know why? Because he's not even the best player on his team right now. Lopez is. He's killing it. He's killing it. JJ, you're a clown. And I might say a culture vulture at times. And Joel has been the MVP for the last 3 years. But this year, he's earned it. So all the little petty, whack, fake reasons you're giving, they don't matter, bruh. Because they're just that. They're bullshit opinions that nobody wants to hear. And you look like a freaking clown. So congratulations. You played yourself. Freaking clown, bro. I can't stand it. That's the shit that pisses me off. Now, let's get back to the fun stuff. Joel Embiid's definitely going to be the MVP. And it's going to be fun because we're playing Brooklyn in the first round of the playoffs. We're going to be seeing, we should be seeing Mr. Softy. You know what I'm saying? We should be seeing Ben Simmons, but he's injured, right? Look, clock's ticking on that guy's career. He don't got much longer to go. You switch teams, your back hurts, you got mystery injuries. Joker stats not real stats, bro. Joker, I'll give him. I think he's a great player, but I think Joel means more to his team than Joker has. I could see there was one season where you did give it to Joker, yeah, but I feel like Joel, if not for the past 3 years, Joel's definitely deserved it for the past 2 years for sure. So that's just really truly how I feel about it. But Mr. Softy, you're a punk. You're not going to play in the with your team because you're afraid of being exposed once again, like you were in the Brooklyn, like you were in the Atlanta series, passing wide open dunks. Joker's great. He's great. He's great in his own right. I'll give it to him. And he battles in the West, so I'll give him that too. but JoJo's the MVP. We're going to be taking on Brooklyn the first round of the playoffs. And I'm going to tell y'all what. I told y'all last week I was all the way in on the Sixers. I didn't want to be. I told y'all they had to get past the second round for me to be all the way in, but nah, buddy. I'm all the way in. Joel's the man. He's the MVP. He's going to dominate. He's going to sweep Brooklyn. They don't got nobody. You know, hey, hats off to the young boys that got traded from Phoenix. Looking good out there. It's not going to be enough to do anything against this Sixers team. They're going to dominate. And I'm going to tell you what. They're going to dominate, and they're going to go ahead and get this series over real quick. Joel's going to get the ice on the knees. He's going to be kicking back, chilling a little bit longer. And I think Boston's going to have a little bit of a battle. I think Boston's not going to cakewalk like they think they are through the first round. I think they're going to get a little bit more beat up than us. And I'm telling you what, I think we're going to get a little chippy in that Boston series. It might go down to 6 or 7 games, but I think we come out on top against Boston. And if we get past Boston and it comes down to Joel, the MVP process, Embiid, boy, oh boy, Giannis better pray that Embiid is off that series, because you know what happens every time Giannis has to play the Sixers? He never, ever, ever guards Embiid. The best player on the Bucks doesn't guard he doesn't guard the big man. Embiid's gonna feast that whole series. Lopez makes it hard for Embiid sometimes, but I'll tell you what, Embiid's in rare form right now. Benjamin has a room at the hey, he did until he got dumped. Bad Bunny's over there tapping that now. His room say Caitlin. Cuz knows what's up. We already know what's up with that man. Ben Simmons' career is over. Just like Carson Wentz's career is over. So the series kicks off Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'm looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna go wrap to the last couple things here. We talking Eagles. We talking the Eagles. Man, we keep getting a whole lot of numbers about our boy Jalen. Jalen's getting all types of numbers thrown in. We're hearing. So we heard this team friendly, 4 years, 195 million. 195. Who do you think I am, Chelsea Clinton? We heard that. We heard 7 years, 370 million. Look. No matter how you slice the pie, Jalen gonna get a whole lot of pie. You know what I'm saying? Jalen about to be eating. Jalen about to be at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Getting. You know what Jalen about to be doing. He about to be getting freaky.
I think I'm one of a kind. Being able to use my athleticism in the pocket when needed, and get freaky in open field when I have to as well.
Excuse me. Get freaky.
Get freaky.
I don't know that. What does that mean? Oh, yeah.
It's like the it factor.
That's what he's gonna be saying to the bank teller. Getting freaky. Cause it's crazy. He might, man. He might. You know, Bad Bunny, he's a little different. You know what I'm saying? He's a little different out here. The freaks come out at night, and that's the truth. That's the truth right there. But yeah, you know, Jalen, whatever contract Jalen deserves, that ends up getting. The Bull deserves it, because he's going to be leading this team to do a whole lot of winning over these next 5 to 10 years. A whole lot of winning. We're going to be seeing a whole lot of championship games, titles getting held. We're going to get a couple Super Bowls behind Jalen. I'm promising y'all that. And I'm going to tell you what. We got to go get his boy, though. We got to go make that happen, man. Jalen Carter. So we got this little take this morning. When you talk to people that are around Georgia program, they say one guy that kept Jalen Carter in line. That's right. You guessed Jordan Davis. And he was around Jordan Davis. He was on some of his best behavior. Now, it's interesting because I read that and I said, nah, bring him on in. That's right. Hey, 3 to 4 at least. We getting more. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. We going in with Jalen. So when I read that quote, I liked it because I said, well, we already have Jordan Davis on the roster. You know what I'm saying? But one of the other Swoop boys, he said, I don't like the fact that he needs to be babysat. I said, I didn't really take it as him needing to be babysat. I just think when you're around the right people, you know how to act. Jordan Davis is going to make sure his man's is straight when he gets here. He's going to walk him in. He's not just going to be around Jordan Davis, though. He's going to be around exactly. Philly going to humble him. He's going to be around all the OGs, BG, Fletch, Kelsey. Ain't going to be none of that bull. So he's going to come in this locker room and they're going to show him, you know what I'm saying? This is what we about. This is how we do it. All this stuff that they keep trying to put on this young man, I think is ridiculous. Look, bro, God rest the dead. I said this earlier. I promise you, in the group chat. We're going to talk about it on group chats on Friday, tomorrow. Check in. But God bless the dead. But that boy was racing. Everybody in that who was racing that night, they knew in the back of their mind, they were thinking about it up front or they were thinking about it in the back of their mind. You do dumb things in a car, you're liable to die. You're liable to get in an accident, anything, or hurt somebody else. All right? You play dumb games, you're going to win dumb prizes, and that's what's going to happen every time. So the fact that he was 19, bro, he's a kid. They're doing dumb stuff. They're racing around. And unfortunately, the accident happens, and he did a dumb thing. He lied about it on top of it, which he probably did because he was scared. He's worried. The whole thing's going to blow, my whole career might be messed up if I get mixed up in this. It's so simple for a young guy in that position to do it. It easily could have been me at that age. The only difference is I didn't have the scope of the NFL blaring right down on me, shining the brightest light that you could ever possibly imagine. That's right. That's right. So whenever I'm hearing all this stuff about Jalen Carter and might have issues, I don't see any issues at all. If anything, I see a young man who might, definitely need a little bit of guidance, but exactly because I would have lied, bro. You're telling me that I'm a top at that point before any of the BS. He was a top 1 to 3, 1 to 5 draft pick. We're talking about possibly maybe being a 10 right now. You know what I'm saying? We hoping we don't got to move too much to go get him. Because you know what? We know we can handle him in our locker room because we know that kid's not really a problem. And at the end of the day, you all know Howie. Howie got more information than anybody else in the world. If Howie makes the move to pull the trigger and bring that young man in here, he knows we all right. Big dog talk. You know what I'm saying? That's big dog talk right there when you're talking about Howie Roseman. Let him know, Howie. So I want Jalen Carter still. I want Jalen Carter. Now, I know y'all know I want Bijon. Hey, cuz, throw it up. How you say it? Bijon? I like how this is how we spelling it. If he comes here, you know what I'm saying? Bijon. Show him how we writing Bijon, cuzzo. You know what I'm saying? Show him how we write it. Because that's how he comes to Philly. This is how we gonna spell his name. You know what I'm saying? That's Bijon. I like that, bro. Word is born. So I definitely want to go ahead and see Bijon in the building. You know what I'm saying? However, I did check Gibbs' tape. I checked it out. I did a little bit more digging. If Bijon does, I'm gonna tell you what. If we don't get Bijon, I don't want him in the division. That's another reason I want to draft Bijon. I ain't trying to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be hard. That boy's a dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to face that two times a season, possibly 3 in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? John, that's right, Browns John. So it's a selfish reason. I really want him on our squad, so we ain't got to deal with him. But I really feel I feel like Dallas will go get him. I do. Either him or I've seen a lot of mock drafts where it was either Dallas or Washington. Both of them, I've seen them jump up to grab them. And not that BS simulator we were messing with the other day. I'm talking about like real simulators that actually take into consideration what teams really need. So I want to take him, if anything, just to keep him away from another team. Because that he's a beast. I'm going to tell you what, he's a beast. And I know Jordan Davis is a bad man, but I don't know if he's able to handle that bowl by himself. You know what I'm saying? So I want to take Bijon. But if one of these surprise AFC teams does end up taking Bijon, you know what I'm saying? I can see Gibbs. I can see how Gibbs will work in an Eagles uniform too. I won't be too disappointed, but I feel like Gibbs, you can get him later. But I'm telling you, my perfect draft, I'm not coming off it, is Jalen Carter and Bijon, baby. I want Bijon and Carter. So let's make that happen. I want the running back position to come back to Philly. Yeah, it's the only position we have it. That's facts, man. Come on. Twizzy, what's good? My Twizzy. So we're going to come to the last couple things. I like the fight game. You know what I'm saying? Brick City stand up, baby.
Balance and goes with the left to the body. Comes back with the left upstairs. Just a can. Yoshino, even in some of his biggest wings, have taken punishment. That is another shot, and that's enough.
Yes. Taking too many heavy shots over and over and over and over. That last.
Brick City stand up. Shakur was out there. Boop, boop. Put the palms on him. Hey man, we do need Bijon. We need Bijon. Hey Twizzy, did you see how we spelling it? It's Bijon. Hey, we got the bust in the hey, that's a fact. If we get them both, we bust in the air. That would be crazy. Hey, yeah, my boy Shakur got hands, bro. So shout out Brick City. That's a big win. Shakur Stevens goes out, defends the title. They said he never fought nobody, but my man right here, 9 knockouts. He felt it. You know what I'm saying? Shakur, and not only did Shakur go ahead and, get the TKO real early in the fight, my man was just technically ripping him apart. Boop, boop, boop. Bop, bop, bop. I like it, man. And then what was fun after that? You know what he did. He called out Haney. He said, come on, Haney. We've been in the ring our whole careers. We've been in the ring that whole careers together, and I always get the best of Haney. Now, I don't know if that's cap or not. I seen some sparring videos. I ain't seen nobody getting the best of nobody. I seen 2 well-respected fighters that was going ahead and training. It looked good. But I'm gonna tell you what, Haney and Shakur would be good. But Devin Haney, he got a fight in front of him. Now we do need that fight. What I'm wondering is, I think Shakur needs one more fight before he does fight Haney, though. Because Haney's already, that fight right there was like a tune-up. That's like he didn't even break a sweat in that fight. I think he needs one more real to get, be ready. Haney's already, he's set to fight. I think I think he's fighting in June? I think Haney's fighting in June. Because when those 2 fight, it's definitely going to be a big one. It's going to sell. Man, there can only be one winner when it comes to that. So I mean, you're getting 2 of the biggest names at that weight class. So I'm real excited about that. I had to go ahead and give my props to Shakur Stevens, though. He put the pause on homeboy. Speaking of putting the pause, I know everybody was talking about it, and I might have to start doing two mornings out the week because I feel like I missed too much stuff I'm getting caught up on. We have 43 minutes, man. I want to keep these about 15 to 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But this is the last part right here. If I ever get beat up, don't let nobody do this over my knocked out body. The arrows I can live with. Bro. I could probably live with that. But he pointed to my son, and then he pretended to be knocked out. Now, I see a whole lot of people talking about how did you hold that big ass flag so straight by yourself? We ain't gonna talk about that. It depends on how much my check is, bro. Hey, look. I've seen a lot of people saying that was bad, that was immature. He shouldn't have pointed to homeboy's son and then pretend to be knocked out. But the kid did that to him. I'm going to tell you what. If I was the roles were reversed, I'm doing the same shit. You was man enough to let your son come up in that cage and go ahead and pretend to be knocked out next to me. Now that your ass is knocked out, your son gonna get the blues too. You know what I'm saying? Like what did homie say after the fight? Since your daddy didn't teach you, I'm gonna go ahead and humble you. So, hey, Izzy, yeah, dig. I'm here for it. I think he's definitely got to be the most dominant champ. Now, I put him up with the GSPs. GSP was one of the most dominant champs the UFC ever had. The difference is when GSP would fight, yes, you know what I'm saying? Okay, he was the champion. He would win all the time. I'm going to use that to get my rematch. We'll never see those two fight again. They'll never fight again. So the whole story goes that they fought before in kickboxing. So that they'll probably never see that fight again. And the UFC, yeah, they're gonna have to pay a lot if you do see it, but I don't think you will. But yeah, man, I think Izzy's a way better champ than GSP ever was, because GSP was the most technically sound wrestler you ever saw. Those fights were boring though. You knew once GSP got him in a hold, he was gonna tire him out, wrestle him, try to submit them. Yeah, he never really did this. He had good stand up, but he wasn't trying to live off that. He was literally trying to live to win the title and hold on to it, and he wasn't trying to take too much damage doing that. Izzy, nah. Izzy's probably one of the best kickboxers we've ever seen. Izzy's made for TV. So that's the kind of champions we need around here. Yeah, he's foot stomping. He's definitely foot stomping. So, you know, hey, I'm sorry your son had to go ahead and he was crying and all that, Pierre, but should have told him, don't do that. Stay at a grown man's business. You feel me? You can't be doing all that. So on that note, you know what I'm saying? This is Hey Poppy, you know what I'm saying? Morning, Hump Day Brews, you know what I'm saying? Gracie foot stomper. Absolutely, cuzzo. It's your boy affiliated Poppy, aka New Era Capo. And we out, baby. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Make sure y'all are tapped in tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be going over the group chat. West Coast Rico's gonna be on. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. We ain't gonna be talking sports. We're gonna be talking about a whole lot of shit talking, a whole lot of nostalgia stuff, a whole lot of fun things. You might hear us say some things you're not really supposed to be hearing us say, but you know what? It's gonna be a good time. So pull up. Make sure you're here for it. You feel me? And on that note, hey, appreciate y'all, and we out, baby.
Hey, yo, Pop.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, yo, Poppy, what's poppin', B?
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Papi. Que pasa, mi primo?